Hello, and welcome. It's me, Flower Child 567, and I am here once again on Friday for the Tamriel Storyteller Hour, my weekly hour of sharing lore with you, dedicated to the writers of ESO. And today we are going to continue with our saga focused on the Khajiit. And as you can see, coming closer, my friends, as you can see, I am dressed Khajiit style. I'll tell you in just a moment what outfit it is, because I know you all like to know that kind of stuff. This was an outfit that you could actually buy in the shop. And the hair is the barbaric windblown hair, which I think is perfect for the Khajiit because it's a mane. I'm wearing a mane. And then the costume, let me go, oops, I just went past it. The costume that I have on is the Palatine tea feet or fete gown, originally worn during the ancient Palladian clan's tradition of taking tea, and this classic garment's popularity has resurged in recent months, making it the perfect dress for any Khajiit tea gathering. There you have it. That's what I'm wearing today. All right, got that out of the way. Now, let's move forward. Hello to those of you tuning in. Nice to see you. Hey, Visionary, good to see you too. And people are slow coming in today, but that's okay, because you know what? This is for all of us. All right. So here we go. Let's go ahead and start by lighting our candles and opening it up, pulling out the apocryphal tome. Oh yes, there we have it. Everything is in perfect order, and we are ready to begin. So first of all, I would like to take you down into the workshop. So we need to open up a portal. We need to open up a portal. So let's open up that portal now. There we go. All right, let's hop down. All right, we're going down into the workshop area, even though mine is the library area. I'll tell you about this achievement artifact right here, Kunzar-ri's Rest. But first, let's see if he has something he wishes to say to us.
Have you heard the tale of Khunzar-ri and the erupting volcano? Well, it will singe your fur for sure, Walker.
Very cool, isn't it? Yeah. And behind him, just behind him, moon sugar cane grows. All right, my friends, let's go out and have a seat. Oh, wait, look at, we have Birodar.
Biro, one of these dusty tomes would provide us with the location of a lost ancient treasure. But no such luck. How is this one expected to recover relics without more information? For posterity, of course.
I have no idea how you find it, but excuse me.
There might have been a misinterpretation of this one's intentions today at the savings and loan with the banker. That was definitely not Biro's hand in the vault drawer with his fingers around a fistful of gold. Not in the least.
Oh dear. I have a tribute I'm going to share about Biro right now and what he's just divulged to us. So let's open up our lore books, the lore library right here. Whoops. And we're going to go up to the top like we always do. And, we're going down to the eidetic memory and into the Anaquina archives. That's where most of the stuff we're going to be reading from today. And he's talking about what's yours is mine. It's a little larceny title or a tune. And here we go. What's mine is mine, what's yours is mine. You turn your back and then your portable gear is gone from here. You will never see it again. Walker, don't get so attached to the objects and items, material. You know that the wisdom's found above in the moons and heavens ethereal. Think fast. What's mine is mine. What's yours is mine. You turn your back and then your portable gear is gone from here. You never will see it again. Faith in gold is sadly misplaced. True riches are friendship and love. Behold those dancers winking at you. You know what they're thinking of. Look at that. What's mine is mine. What's yours is mine. You turn your back and then your portable gear is gone from here. You never will see it again. I think that's kind of fun. Anyways, I wanted to start off with that little tome because it really explains and sets the mindset of Khajiit. Hello, Biro.
There may have been a small misunderstanding with the local guard this morning.
Another?
If anyone asks, tell them that Birodar was at home the entire day. Yes?
Oh dear. He's always getting in trouble, my scholarly Khajiit. Biro?
This research and study can wait until tomorrow. Birodar is ready to do something fun for a change. Something to get the fur ruffled, so to speak. You have gold, yes?
Of course. Let's leave him to his own demise and go outside where we can learn about Kunzar-ri's origin. We will sit here by his harvested sugar cane, and as you know, behind me is the, well, let's go over here first. Behind me is the map of northern Elsewhere, which is the area of our wonderful Khajiit. Let's look at that on the map real quick. Oops. So when you go to the map, Cyrodiil is in the center, right? And then you just go straight down. There's northern Elsewhere. We'll actually be traveling over to see one of my little houses, not in northern Elsewhere. and not in southern elsewhere, but all the way down to Khenarthis Roost. We'll be going to the Moonmirth house. It's all Khajiit territory. Okay, and look at who we have with us today. Maiq, Thunderboots.
Maiq may have seen an old acquaintance in the market today. A criminal that Maiq assumed was still locked in a dungeon. This one was very discreet, but if a large Pomerak named Bitsy comes around, you never saw Maiq. Never, ever.
Oh my gosh. They are forever hiding from somebody. Maiq.
Do not worry. Maiq is not as light-fingered as many tend to assume about his kind. Unless there happens to be a sweet roll left unattended nearby. In that case, Maiq makes no promises.
Oh, of course. You know, these Khajiit love to eat, don't they?
There is nothing Maiq would love more on a case than to deliver one final question that completely unravels the logic of a suspect's story. Those moments don't come by nearly as often as the mystery novels would have us think.
Oh, okay. Well, it's so good to have you here as a house guest, Maiq. I really enjoy talking with you. Now let's have a seat, shall we? And let's get to some of our lore. Here we go. Hope everyone's having a wonderful time. All right. Lore library, going back to where we were, back into the Quina archives. And let's go to the top here. So we're going to read about Kunzar-ri today, his origins, and then we're going to read 2 volumes about his tales. Okay, and then we're going to read the Song of Khunzar-ri. All right, so let's go down here. Here we go. Okay, Khunzar-ri's origin by Aneshi, keeper of legends for the 16 kingdoms. Of all the Khajiit heroes, none invoke such a sense of adventure and wonder as the mighty Khunzar-ri. Like many of our myths and legends, the stories associated with Khunzar-ri often contradict one another and hide important truths behind allegory and allusion. Such is the case when one considers the tales that describe the origin of this beloved hero. Here are 3 of the most popular stories that tell of Khunzar-ri's first adventure. Notice how different each one is. Can they all be true? Some moon singers believe so, though at least one revered lore master claims that the truth concerning the origin of Khunzar-ri lies in the intersection of all 3. Khunzar-ri and the divine moonbeam. Before Sazir First Claw became the fierce and powerful clan mothers of the Barudic kingdom, she was a brave and curious child who got into a world of trouble. Take, for example, the time she climbed to the top of Shimmering Rise and suddenly found herself surrounded by a pride of hungry Sanche lions. She was able to hold them at bay with a sharp stick and a pile of pebbles. But as night fell, weariness and her own hunger began to take their toll on the little cat. She called to Jaune and Jaude to aid her, and a moonbeam illuminated the rise. Standing in the moonbeam was a young male Khajiit, around the same age as Shazir. "Where did you come from?" Shazir asked. "Jaune and Jaude sculptured me out of a moonlight clouds in your own courageous heart. I am Kunzar, and I am here to rescue you." And that's what Kunzar did. Our second story, Khunzar-ri and the box at the shrine. One day, a lowly adept arrived at a shrine to Khenarthis to offer prayers and leave alms. The adept found a small box placed prominently at the head of the shrine. He moved to discard the item when a mewling emerged from inside, and the box shifted and rocked, and there was something alive in there. The adept quickly threw open the lid and saw a tiny Khajiit babe reaching toward him with outstretched paws. As he lifted the babe from the box, it grew from an infant to a child before it cleared at the top. He set the child down, and it advanced to the size of a young adult. Fragrant greetings, lowly adept, the young Khajiit said with confidence and swagger. Khenarthis' breath sent me to bring glory to this shrine and all the land around. The adept fell to his knees and gasped, Who are you? The Khajiit grinned. Today I am simply Kunzar, but tomorrow I will be the hero, Kunzar-ri. So never discard a box in elsewhere without first checking inside. And the final is Kunzar-ri and the Tear of Joy. Elkosh was grim, guarding time was hard, and he was in a foul mood. Mara tried to lighten his attitude, but he wanted none of her kind and loving words. Next, Khenarthis attempted to breathe joy into the grumpy Elkosh, but he displaced her with a roar. I suppose it is up to me, said Sheogorath with an insane laugh. Do you know how much moon sugar it takes to satisfy her seems endless hunger? Curious, Elkosh responded. I do not know the answer, insane one, so please tell me. Sheogorath snapped his finger and scowled. Browse, I was hoping you could tell me. Everyone was silent as a strange look came over Elkosh's face. Then all at once he started to laugh. His laughter shook the sky and made the moons dance. He laughed for 30 days and 30 nights until finally a single tear of joy rolled down his cheek and fell upon elsewhere. And the tear landed with a splash, and from its depths emerged the hero, Kunzar-ri, fully grown and ready for adventure. Yes, that is Khunzar-ri, his origin. Hey, teacher, nice to see you. We are working and focused on the Khajiit today. So we're going to look at the 2-volume Khunzar-ri Tales, 1 and 2, of course, and continue focusing on this mighty one. Khunzar-ri and the 12 Ogres, transcribed by Aneshi, keeper of legends for the 16 kingdoms. One day, Khunzar-ri stopped by an auditorium near Doom, hoping to find shelter and substance after a long and tiring journey. Unfortunately, the Adeptorium was overrun by a dozen drooling ogres. "This isn't good," Khunzar-ri said as he watched the gluttonous ogres as they ransacked the premises from a nearby hill. He was particularly concerned when he saw them break into the stores of moon sugar double rum. He was especially looking forward to the adept's potent beverage. Then Khunzar-ri had an idea. "Oh, brave and mighty ogres," Khunzar-ri called out. "Those barrels you found, can't you tell the rum has spoiled? I can smell the liquor has gone bad from way over here."
"Spoiled?" asked the largest ogre dubiously. "You can't know that. We haven't even cracked open a barrel yet."
"Am I not Khajiit?" Kunzar-ri asked with all sincerity. "And aren't Khajiit known for their most excellent sense of smell?"
"That is true," said another ogre. "Everyone knows about cats and smell." "But I am thirsty," complained the largest ogre. "I do not want to drink spoiled rum."
"Ah, this one has a suggestion," said Khunzar-ri. "There is a Nidic fort a short distance from here. They have an entire warehouse full of rum and other spirits, and this one did not smell a hint of spoilage when passing by. To the contrary, it all smelled delicious." Happy to hear it, the largest ogres ran toward the Nidic fort, its depths rum forgotten, and with nay a pause, the other elven ogres followed. "Now," said Khunzar-ri, "let us open that barrel and have a drink." "What about the ogres?" asked one of the adepts. "What about them? They are the needy's problem now." And with that, Khunzar-ri proceeded to drink the entire barrel, one mug at a time. I like it. Okay, and Khunzar-ri Tale number 2. One of the times Anaquina saved Khunzar-ri, transcribed by Aneshi, Keeper of Legends for the 16 Kingdoms. A Queen al-Rasli called Anaquina Shapetongue in the common language of Cyrodiil, wandered the land for many moons as Khunzar-ri's boon companion. Some called them lovers, which they were at times. Others called them heroes, for they certainly accomplished heroic deeds. One such deed involved the Mounmirth during their travels together. Khunzar-ri and Anaquina visited the land of Khenarthis' Roost. The sea elves and the cat folk coexisted on the island, sometimes on friendly terms, sometimes not. This particular event occurred during one of the latter periods. There are several versions of this tale. Some focus on how Khunzar-ri saved the day, but the one I like best paints a picture of a different hero. Here is that version of the story. One of the sea elf captains, a brute by the name of Lyn Valor, kidnapped the daughter of a moon priest and refused all efforts of negotiation for her release. Anaquina said she had an idea, but Khunzar-ri rushed off to save the Moon Priest's daughter before she could stop him. As crafty and powerful as Khunzar-ri was, he could also be reckless, and this recklessness allowed Linvalor and his crew of Moonmirth cutthroats to capture the would-be hero without too much fuss or bother. Now, it fell to Anaquina to rescue both the Moon Priest's daughter and Khunzar-ri. "How can you succeed when even the great Khunzar-ri failed?" asked the Moon Priest. Anaquina purred. "This one will simply do what she does best. The sea elf doesn't stand a chance." So, Anaquina walked bravely into Linvalor's camp, ignoring the many sword-wielding pirates, to stride directly to where the sea elf captain was gambling with his officers. They were involved in a close game of Deceiver's discs, also called swords and shields, and didn't even notice her until she was right on top of them and said, "That looks like an interesting game. Can anyone play, or do you only accept gold from wet-eared elves?" Intrigued and attracted to Anaquina's poise and confidence, Linvalor offered her a seat and dismissed the rest of his crew. "We will play," Linvalor said, "but not for gold. If I win, then you will sail with me for 30 days and 30 nights as my slave and companion." Anaquina feigned shock at such a proclamation. "And if this one wins?" she asked slyly. Linvalor laughed. "No cat, especially no female cat, has ever bested me in anything. Arr! So, name your price, cat, and let us play." "Very well," Anaquina said. "If this one wins, then all three of us, the Moon Priest's daughter, Kunzar-ri, and me, walk away free and clear." Captain Linvalor, confident that his victory was assured and eager to get the beguiling Catwoman into his bed, agreed. The match that followed was intense, with Linvalor bluffing and bellowing his way through every move of play while Anaquina pretended ignorance of the rules and fear of every rattle of the disc tumbler. Both were expert players, however, and after many rounds and the consumption of an inordinate amount of wine, it all came down to this. Linvalor had 2 discs remaining, while Anaquina had only 1. The opponents rattled their remaining discs in their respective tumblers. Then, with much deliberation, they smacked the tumblers down to set the discs so that either their sword side or shield side was face up under the container. Linvalor lifted the tumbler slightly and took a quick peek underneath, one each of a sword and a shield, before covering his 2 discs again. Anaquina simply smiled, not bothering to look at all. Linvalor knew there were 2 of one symbol between them. He just had to accurately guess whether it was 2 swords or 2 shields. 2, he stated, trying to glean anything from Anaquina's calm expression. "Shields," he finished, but it came out more like a question than a statement. "Oh, you are such a deceiver, Captain," Anaquina said, lifting her tumbler to reveal her disc. A sword. Lin Valor wiped sweat from his brow as he plucked one of his discs and set it aside. "Last toss of the disc, Captain," she said, as they each added their single remaining disc to their tumbles and started shaking. Then Anaquina blew the sea elf a kiss as she slammed her tumbler down with a growl, and he did the same. Lin Valor lifted his tumbler just enough to check. His disc was shilled side up. Once again, Anaquina refused to check on her disc, so without bothering to check, she said, "2 shills, since it is obvious that between the two of us, neither of us has a sword." They each lifted their tumblers to reveal. They each tossed a shield. "Cheater!" Lin Valor bellowed as he stood, scattering the game components and spilling what remained of the wine. Now, Captain," Anaquina scolded, "this one has heard that if nothing else, sea elves was as good as their word. Let us go, and Anaquina will return in a year and stay for another game." Reluctantly, the captain agreed. "Next time, the outcome will be different, Cat." "This one looks forward to it," she purred. As they departed with the moon priest's daughter between them, Kunzar-ri asked, "You cheated, yes?" Anaquina gave him an innocent look. And do you really plan to play him again?" Anaquina laughed. "Of course. How else will this one get one of those sleek pirate ships?" Oh, I like it. That's great. That's really great. Yeah, that's pretty funny. So entertaining. All right, let's look at the tale of the 3 moons. We're going to just get a little more serious because the Khajiit have quite a serious philosophy and spiritual tradition. I guess you could call it a religion. They're very, very, for as sticky-fingered as they are, they're very, very serious in their devotion to their tradition. The tale of the 3 moons, I think it's down here. There's so many stories about the Khajiit. Oh, did we do the Song of Khunzar-ri? Oh no, we have to do the Song of Khunzar-ri. Did I do this? Here we go. A mythic hero's song. When the 16 kingdoms were only 16 tribes, a hero ambled forth, all tall and tough and wise. How sleek he is, how fragrant. A 5-claw? No, a 10. He wrestles giants just for fun and charges into Janki's den. Who is he? Kunzar-ri, Kunzar-ri. Sing it loud, sing it clear. Fighter, lover, poet, thief. He's one Khajiit to cheer. Who is he? Kunzar-ri, Kunzar-ri. Sing it proud, sing it strong, brave and sly, rarely shy. He never steers you wrong. No dungeon cage can hold him. No lock can bear his way. Some stories claim that he's a god, or so they say. He dragged the light from Joan and Jode down to the growing fields. And now we have moon sugar and all the good it yields. Who is he? Kunzar-ri, Kunzar-ri. Sing it loud, sing it clear. Fighter, lover, poet, thief, he's one Khajiit to cheer. Who is he? Khunzar-ri, Khunzar-ri, sing it proud, sing it strong, brave and sly, rarely shy, he never steals you wrong. All right, let's do the Tale of the Three Moons. Here we go. A quick sip. In a time before our people's first memory, but long after Azura's pyre claimed the flesh of the proud lion Lorcage, our great mother wept and sighed, haunted by the fate of her brother's dark heart. As she prowled the hills and valleys of her wide domain, she could not escape the pounding, the faint but constant drumbeat from across the churning seas. Somewhere in the great darkness, the fell rhythm of the moon beast quickened and grew stronger. Knowing that her children of many shapes would fall to the moon beast's profanity, she purred across the stars, coaxing the lanterns of Joan and Jode to make way for a sky guardian. And this third moon and shield of the lattice shone its light down upon Azura's litter of purest heart and most fervent obedience. She called these cats the litter of the hidden moon, and taught them the lunar byways and secrets of the merciful blade. From that time on, they loved her as no other Khajiit could love her, and in that love found sympathy for all cats bent by the beating of the heart. Beloved adepts, take these words into your heart, and know that we keep Azura's commandments still, for we are all children of the hidden moon. That's actually very pretty. Well, okay, so I'm going to take you somewhere. So let me stand up here and come over here so I'm a little away from the edge. And let me get us ready to whoops, oh dear. I'm really, yes. I'm going to get you ready because we're going to travel. And, let's see, I need to first give you a blessing of glimmer dust. Oh, yes, there we go. And let's see, where am I taking you to? Let me find it on the globe of Tamriel. It's right there. That's where we're going to go. Yes. Okay. So here we are. And now let's translocate. And we are going down to the Moonmirth house in Kenneth's Roost. Because I have a Khajiit environment to allow you to relax in as I serve you some moon sugar. Oh, look at Maiq the Liar has come. Maiq!
Maiq is called the Liar, yet not a word this one utters is untrue. Alas, seeds of truth can bear strange fruits in overly fertile minds.
Oh, how have you been, Maiq? It's so wonderful to see you.
Maiq does not mind waiting. When one has lived long enough, one learns that few things are as urgent as they first appear.
Oh, that's very true, and you've been so kind to wait for us to come.
Why are so many important things left in abandoned ruins and haunted tombs? One would think such items would be stored more carefully.
Well, I don't have an answer for you.
Maiq is sad to report that dragons make for poor conversationalists.
Oh,
Every
yes.
dragon this one has ever met only wanted to talk about itself.
They are kind of egocentric, aren't they, Mike? Well, I brought our viewers here today into a Khajiit home so that they could enjoy a little moon sugar. And I see you've prepared some fish. That's so lovely. Thank you so much. And a pie of some sort, maybe a mince rat pie. Anyways, sit down, my friends. Come and sit down because we've got some moon sugar for you. Oh, but wait. I do have a little bit to share with you. One of my friends, his name is Chauncey, a wonderful Khajiit. He gave me a book. Oops, I did it again. He gave me a book of wonderful recipes, and I want to take a moment and open it up and just look over the recipe that he did share with me, because these Khajiitis are always hungry. Oh my God! Oh, this book is trying to eat me. Oh my gosh! Oh gosh, I know the Khajiit are hungry, but a book? Wow. Boy, that was hard. Okay, well, never mind that. Anyways, right here on the table is some nice moon sugar for you to enjoy, and Mike's gonna give you some fish to eat and some of that minced rat pie. And I see that he also has some bread and peaches. Oh, and it does look like he might have a berry pie here for you. Thank you so much, Mike. Well, come everybody, have a seat. Have a seat as we take a look at some cat food recipes. Okay? All right, here we go. Let's open our lore books again. And this time, well, we're going to go into the same lore. Before we do, I want to show you the achievement. You can get Mike as a house guest. You don't have to buy him from the store, I don't think. Or maybe you do. I bought him from the store. But under achievements, if you go into achievements and exploration, right there it is. I like Mike. It's you travel around Tamriel to find him. There are quite a number of locations. I haven't found them all, but they're all over. And when you find him and you go and talk to him, it clicks off one of the achievements. Okay, let's go back into the journal. Back into where we were. And we're going to go up to the top and read a recipe about cat food. Dear Thane Vigli Stormbreast, honored leader of the Nord Cultural Exchange, it is I, Rigert the Brash, writing to you in Windhelm as you requested. I have arrived in the hot and sandy land of northern Elsewhere, home of the Khajiit cat people. It's very hot and sandy, and you wouldn't believe how many Khajiit live here. It is more than a Rigert can count on both hands and even his feet. Rigert wants you to know that he is hip-deep in making friendly overtures to the nice cat people. Soon we will have a signed peace treaty and a fully operational cultural exchange. Has Rigert ever failed you before? Well, except for that one time and that other one. But I digest. And speaking of digesting, let me tell you about all the amazing food Rigert has consumed here in the land of Anaquina. That's what the cat people call Northern Elsewhere. First, let me tell you about the cat food. Much of it is sweet, but it is also quite delicious. Goes well with mead, too. 3 particular dishes stood out for Rigert. I even acquired the recipes so I can cook them for you when I return to Windhelm. We will have a feast fit for the Skald King. Do you think he would like to join us? I came upon a stall in a black back alley in Rumen, where a twitchy little doggy cat, don't ask me the different types of Khajiit confused Rigert too, was stirring a large pot from which wafted a most pleasing aroma. It reminded me of the Thane Jiggy's drinking hole, a combination of the pungent smell of fish and the sweet smell of spilled mead. Turns out the doggy cat was cooking what he referred to as a sweet glazed fish bits. I didn't know what that fishes had bits, but when tossed with moon sugar and stir-fried to a crispy crunch, they make for a nice afternoon snack. Rigert ate 4 servings. And in the town of Rivenhold, Rigert entered the Inn of Banished Regrets, as I have many, many regrets that need banishing. Immediately, Rigert noticed that all the cat people were not only drinking, they were eating crunchy little nuggets by the handful. Rigert's mouth gushes with saliva just writing down these words. Who knew you could turn smelly, skelly lizards into delicious, crunchy lizard kibble? It cost me a week's worth of meat, but I was able to convince the inn's cook to give me a copy of the recipe. It seems that the cat people can't stop eating the stuff, and Rigert feels the same way. I just wish I hadn't read the recipe. Turns out they use the inside of the lizard to make kibble, not the outside. Ugh. One dish that tasted amazing was the meat cake pie I had at a cart in the Stitches. My taste buds did loops as a savory, sweet succulence slid down from my mouth to my tummy. Was it the main meal or dessert? It seemed to Rigert to be both at the same time. It was confusing, but very tasty, and the chef confessed or refused to enlighten Rigert as to what kind of actual meat was used as the filling. All she would say was a little of this and a little of that. I will have to experiment when I get back to my own kitchen. Do not worry, I will make enough to share. Now, by this point in my trip, Rigert has just about had his fill of sweet Khajiiti cooking. I was desperate to find a spicy rabbit meatball or a haunch of stewed mutton, but such Nord delicacies don't seem to exist in northern elsewhere. But I did find a bottle of Dark Moon spiced whiskey. While mead is the nectar of the gods, this spiced whiskey that the cat people distill burns so good on the way down. Rigert got the impression that it was the beverage of choice, for when even the Khajiiti's sweet tooth needs a break from all the syrupy goodness they consume on a regular basis. I acquired 3 casks of the stuff and planned to put it on the next boat to Skyrim as a gift for the Skald King. I know how much Jornum appreciates a strong drink, and when he listens to my latest cultural report. Rigert the Brash, Ambassador at Large for the Nord Cultural Exchange. Now, there you have it. That's the most appetizing recipes I can share with you. And now what we're going to look at is is the sweet moon sugar cane, because the sweet moon sugar cane is let me say it's a drug to the Khajiit. And as I've already showed you, the cane and also the growing vine, we're going to just take a look at sweet moon sugar cane. A Khajiiti working song. The wood elves have their rot myth brew made of meat and bile. The lizards eat their bugs and twigs, and everything so vile. But those of us who walk the sands know life's greatest pleasure is strictly sweet, a tasty treat. It's moon sugar that we treasure. Fields drenched in moonlight, dewed with summer rain, brilliant green and growing tall, sweet moon sugar cane, sweet moon sugar cane, gifted by the moons as they wax and wane. Fill our bowls and fill our souls, sweet moon sugar cane, sweet moon sugar cane. We sprinkle it on fine steak, glistening so sweetly. We smear it on our salmon and gobble it up completely. We bake it into our sweet treats. Don't you want a taste? So eat it quick and wash it down, because nothing shall go to waste. Fields drenched in moonlight, dewed with summer rain, brilliant green and growing tall, sweet moon sugar cane, sweet moon sugar cane, gifted by the moons as they wax and wane. Fill our bowls and fill our souls, sweet moon sugar cane, sweet moon sugar cane. Now what I'm going to do is step outside for just a moment, for indeed we will step out into a lovely, lovely field of sweet moon sugar cane. Right there. Perfect, yes. The moon comes down upon the sugar cane. Isn't this just a lovely, lovely setting? Let me show you. There's the moon. This little settlement of Khenarthis. And there's my own little Moonmirth house. Well, my friends, we have come to the end of our time together as I stroll about this sweet little settlement. You feel the quiet, gentle life of a farmer, a Khajiit farmer, as the moon shines down upon the moon sugar cane. So it is. Thank you for tuning in, my friends, and I wish you a wonderful weekend of fun in your Elderscrolls Online adventures. Bye for now. See you next week. This is Flower Child 567 saying farewell.